What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video today. Rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings. It's an interesting team. I think this team was underrated at the start of the year. They came out, had a couple of bad games. I know they definitely have some weak points we're going to look to address in this video. And they have an interesting situation at quarterback with Kirk Cousins. Do you get rid of him? It's not playing that well. He's a huge contract, but he is under contract for the next few seasons. However, based on how the contract is built, they could trade him. They could even cut him, and it really wouldn't hurt them all that much. Could they draft a quarterback? Certainly in play. The Vikings are a very interesting team. They do have potential, but a lot of their best players are older. They have arguably the best running back in the league right now in Dalvin Cook. Something that was holding him back before was just staying on the field and staying healthy. He had problems staying healthy at Florida State, has had problems staying healthy in the league so far, but he's been healthy this season, and behind the Vikings offensive line, which is not a great pass blocking offensive line, but they do run block pretty well. And Dalvin Cook makes them look even better as he breaks tackles at one of the highest rates in the NFL. So that offense really has run through him so far, but also through a very, very good rookie in Justin Jefferson. He likes to play in yellow and gold. What can you say? That's not the colors. Purple and gold for LSU and now for the Vikings. Seems to fit him pretty well because he's dominated so far as a rookie. Has been arguably the best rookie receiver. Some guys have thrown out, Chase Claypool, CD Lamb's played quite well. Jerry Jeudy's coming on lately, but I think it has been Justin Jefferson personally. Let's go ahead and get into this rebuild. It might not be all that hard, but something that Kirk Cousins wants to talk about player development. No. We're going to be looking to move past you, buddy. But when we talk about this team, it's going to run through Justin Jefferson because this is not a highly hyper-realistic rebuild. I'm going to do a realistic rebuild of the Vikings later on in the year, so definitely make sure you're subscribed for that. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can always unsubscribe. The support on the channel has been amazing this year. Madden 21 has been a great season for me. I'm growing faster than ever, and you guys are obviously the biggest reason for that, because if you weren't subscribing, watching the videos, it wouldn't be the case. But you are. You've been awesome. Thankfully, I've been able to entertain a lot of you guys, so that makes me feel good. But this is not going to be a hyper-realistic rebuild. That will be happening later in the year, which means that we do have to get rid of guys that will be regressing. Kirk Cousins is one of those guys. 32 years old, only an 80 overall. There's not a ton to love here at the moment. Man, 35 break sack. Good Lord. Another one, Adam Thielen. Amazing story. Went to Minnesota State. Undrafted. Ended up making the Vikings. And has developed into being a superstar in Minnesota. However, he is 30. He will be regressing. He does have a really good ability, which is double me. But he will be regressing. So, do we want to use him for the next maybe 2 years and try to compete for a Super Bowl? Or do we get rid of Adam Thielen and just try to look for the future, get picks, get better players? It's a tough decision. Justin Jefferson has been amazing. This is a rookie we're clearly going to look to build around. Only 21 years old, 80 overall, star better development, decent route running, decent catching. Jefferson is extremely well balanced and a very, very intriguing player for the future. After that, there's not a lot. Olabisi Johnson, Tajay Sharp, KJ Osborne, Chad Beebe, son of Don Beebe, Bill's special teamer and a receiver. On the offensive line, there's some weak points. Riley Reif, weak. Dakota Dozier, weak. Bradbury's really come on. He's been awesome. Brian O'Neill's a good player. Ezra Cleveland's young. You don't really know what you have there yet. Drew Samia is terrible. But you got to improve this offensive line, at least on the left side for sure. Kyle Rudolph's old, but still productive. And I love Irv Smith Jr. behind him. So we have a great tight end of the future who I want to get involved ASAP. Rudolph really is not going to be my guy going forward for much longer. Eric Kendricks, one of the best linebackers in the league. Anthony Barr, when healthy, can be in that same conversation. They signed Todd Davis. They have Ryan Connolly. I wasn't even aware of that. They have Eric Wilson. Troy Dye, they drafted. He was a pretty good player at Oregon. I think he actually fits with this linebacking core a lot. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him over the next few years. Anthony Harris has really come on the past couple years. He's okay. Harrison Smith has been one of the league's best safeties, if not the best safety for the past several years. He is unbelievable and highly underrated, but he is 31. We're going to keep him around for a little while, but he will be regressing, which is tough. It's going to be tough to watch. At corner, I like Mike Hughes. Jeff Gladney's a rookie. They play him mainly in the nickel. Holton Hill was decent at Texas. Cam Dantzler's okay. But it's not a great group. And then on the defensive line, Michael Pierce opted out, but is a good player. Daniil Hunter is unbelievable. Superstar X Factor, just 25 years old. He's not face-scanned into the game, but he's really, really good. Shamar Stevens, okay. Michael Pierce is quite solid. And then Adenabo, I think it's pronounced Afadi, but I'm not 100% positive. Ifeadi, maybe? I just call him Adenabo. Makes the most sense to me. He's a good player. Probably could have even better attributes. He certainly is solid. I like him. But in the game, probably not starter caliber. I like him more as a rotational pass rusher more than an every down starter. Just my opinion. But George Iloka's on this team. But I think just right off the bat immediately, we need to upgrade our defensive line and our cornerbacks. Linebacker, I think, should be fine. And then offensively, it's offensive line and quarterback. I think at some point receiver is going to be a big need for us, but it really isn't right now. We're going to play out this first season after I check out who has expiring contracts, and then we will make a decision based on who has 1 year remaining. Who do we really need to get rid of right now? And that is going to be Wilson, maybe, and Anthony Harris. Anthony Harris has to go now. I don't think this is a team that's going to be highly competitive in this simulation. They usually are not. So Anthony Harris is someone I want to get rid of. And I might just take the dead cap with Kirk Cousins right now. His cap is so massive, but it's going to clear things up for us in the future. Is there any team with double green? There's got to be. The Jets are an option. I think the Jets will be our option. Because if we can get 2 first-round picks and maybe even a second, this would be a really, really good trade for us. And we might be able to make it happen with a high pick. I might have to take something out of there. What about a second rounder this year? No. We're going to have to take that second rounder out. And maybe add a third to get this done. I think it's still going to be a little short. Certainly is. What about a future 2? How would you like that? Still no. A current 2 might get it done. I'd be comfortable making that trade, and I am. Anthony Harris, Kirk Cousins, and a second-round pick this year for 2 first-round picks. One is a Seattle first-round pick, which I probably should trade. And the other is the Jets first-round pick, which will be quite good. So we're taking the hit right away. We're saying, okay, we need a new quarterback. Kirk Cousins is gone. He's not our guy. I probably should trade Kyle Rudolph as well. And who else? Probably Eric Wilson, and then play Troy Dye maybe at right outside linebacker. Okay, trading Kyle Rudolph, Eric Wilson, and George Iloka for projected number 9 from the Panthers, but their first-round pick, and a second-round pick next year. I get that Kyle Rudolph has been a very, very good player and a staple of a lot of Vikings teams, but we have to put some of that aside and say Irv Smith Jr. is going to be our guy going forward. They're really not going to play two tight end sets very often in simulation to where Irv Smith is going to make a big impact. We want to develop him. We're getting rid of the big contract of Kyle Rudolph and his aging. He's going to regress, and throwing Irv Smith into the limelight. I think I'm going to hold on to who am I going to hold on to? Adam Thielen for a while, Harrison Smith for a while. Probably still Anthony Barr. Is there anyone else I really want to trade? I don't think so. I think we've cleared out some of the older players, and this is a rebuild. You got to understand, yeah, I took an unrealistic approach by trading some of the team's players, but I basically decided that we're starting over. I don't think Sean Mannion's our guy. I'll tell you that for free. But I'll tell you that we're entering rebuild mode, and in order to do that, we have to get picks to build for the future. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and I will see you guys at the midseason mark. Okay, another trade, actually. This is in week 4. I'm trading the Seahawks projected 31 overall pick in the first round. Riley Reef, who's bad. Shamar Stephen, who doesn't really matter. Jaleel Johnson's going to now play our second D tackle spot. For a first-round pick from the Giants this year and a second-round pick from the Giants this year. They're projected kind of late, but I think they're going to be better than the Seahawks picks. So I am making that move, and I would make that move 100 times out of 100. We are 0-4 right now, which is expected. The Vikings playbooks are really, really bad for winning in simulation. You've known this if you've seen any rebuild on the channel. Consistently, they're terrible. We're 1-6, just losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. And Holton Hill is our biggest priority free agent. And to explain to you how much of a priority he isn't. In simple terms right there. The only player I'm remotely interested in is Odenabo. I would give him a 3-year deal worth $6.5 million overall, and he wants more money, but you're not great and you're 26. That's where there's a bit of a disconnect there. I'll reevaluate at the playoffs, which we will not be participating in, by the way, if you couldn't already clearly tell. This is not a playoff team. It won't be a playoff team. And I didn't change the playbooks for a reason. I'm accepting the tank. We actually got a big Week 17 win, but I don't see us in the playoffs. The Lions are. Interesting playoff bracket. I don't see any of these teams as super ridiculous, other than maybe the Bengals. But their playbooks are quite good. We went 4-12, gonna have one of the top picks in the draft. Interesting. Our team signed Colin Kaepernick. He was 31st in both passing yards and touchdowns, threw 16 picks as well. Well, it doesn't really matter, because if he had those stats in real life, people would still be saying he should start. No. Ooh, ruffling feathers. Dalvin Cook had a pretty good year. Not a lot of touchdowns, nothing exceptional. Justin Jefferson was worse than Olabisi Johnson, technically. Don't love that. Eric Kendricks had a pretty good year, no sacks. But Danielle Hunter had 8.5 interceptions, 3 for Gladney, Harrison Smith, 2 for Anthony Barr. This was not our year. Cam Newton wins MVP of the 14-2 Patriots. Oh my goodness. Shockingly, what team am I? No Vikings there. NFC Offense Player of the Year, Tom Brady. No Vikings. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. No Vikings. Offensive Rookie of the Year is DeAndre Swift in the NFC. Jefferson at 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Chase Young. Jeff Gladney at 2. Interesting. Ooh, Colts Cowboys Super Bowl. Todd Davis is up to star. Don't want him. Don't want Odenabo now. He had his chance, but he's 27 and only a 73 overall. Age of regression's 28. Doesn't really make sense to bring him back. We would see retirements, but it's the same every time. So we're not stressing about it. It's probably Larry Fitzgerald and Drew Brees and all these different guys. But Jadeveon Clowney is in free agency, and Seattle wants him back. Of course, played on the Titans this year, as Anthony Barr is down to a 79 overall. Don't like that very much. Gronk's in here. Phillip Lindsay. Mike Hilton is interesting. Marcus Williams. We don't have any free safeties, period. How much money does he want? 32 over 5. That's fairly reasonable, I think. So I'm looking at Marcus Williams. I think that's a pretty good fit. I don't think Keanu Neal is. I think Sheldon Rankins is a decent fit. But I'd rather draft the defensive tackle. I'd love to do that. So really, I think Jadeveon Clowney makes a lot of sense to play him at defensive end, or we could change our scheme. He is somewhat expensive, but this really isn't a bad contract. He'd probably end up being down to an 84 overall on our team. I'm going to save our money. We don't have a ton of it. I'm going to save our money and look to build through the draft this first year, and maybe free agency will come into play in 2021. In the 2021 offseason. Yeah, I think so. 5th year options, Mike Hughes. I think we should keep him around. It's not going to be all that expensive as far as 5th year options goes. And he's decent. Young, star development. We like that. There's potential there. I do want to see if anyone else got dev trait increases, as we're up to an 83 overall. What has happened? They're not factoring in certain positions. Justin Jefferson's only at star development. Adam Thielen is down to an 89. 88 with morale, but that doesn't really matter. We need a left tackle, a left guard, maybe a right guard, but it's not a focus. And then on defense, we need a free safety. We could use an outside linebacker. We need defensive tackle. We need defensive end. We're pretty much going to take a best player available type approach. We have a lot of picks, so we are in a good position. We pick at number 3 in the draft. We pick at number 6 in the draft, number 7 in the draft. We're in a fine spot. We're just going to operate under taking the best player available And I think we're going to do quite well. Josh Weaver looks okay. Mason DePaula looks okay. It's probably going to be one of those two if I take a QB. I would really doubt it's anybody else. Although Steve Lincoln might be some potential there for a 6th-round guy. Will Williams, I hate to have that name, but he looks pretty unreal. 5'8", 214, built like a bowling ball. It's like Maurice Jones-Drew. Ran 4.37. Really good. We don't necessarily need him, but he looks like the best player in the draft. Oh, this has Vikings written all over it. Also, what in the world is this name? And on the on the unlikely possibility that someone with the last name Krasnodamski is watching this video, I apologize, but that sounds like a sneeze. What is that last name? Chase Lucas, a linebacker. Not to be confused with Chase Lucas, not a linebacker. What's Chase Lucas up to? The Pac-12 just came back, so he's going to be playing cornerback for Arizona State. Is he playing in 2020 or did he opt out? He's got to play. Yeah, I think he is. But Ty McDougal, I don't love those guys. Ooh, Antonio Marshall out of Purdue looks great. That's certainly someone we're going to think about. Chuck Bradley, he actually seems pretty good as well. And then strong safety, I feel like Marquise Middleton's pretty good. Late 1st rounder, but I don't really care. And then Rashard Poole looks really good. Early 1st round guy. I think I've pretty much got my board down. I'm going to see how the first couple picks go. Zach Wilkins, QB out of North Carolina, goes number 1 to Washington football team. And then Dennis Silverman goes at number 2. Linebacker. Now, what do I take here at number 3? It's not going to be a free safety, even though he looks pretty good. I could really reach for Josh Weaver if I think he's our guy. He's a late 1st round guy, so his overall is not going to be crazy. But I'm not really interested in a crazy overall. I'm at quarterback because those guys are going to develop. All you really need is a dev trait. And quarterback is a position where overall is really scaled out pretty wide. So a 72 overall QB in the 1st round is actually pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. I think I'm going to take a cornerback. Antonio Marshall's my guy. Looks unbelievable. Fills a need. I think he could even play free safety. 5'10", 196, a little bit light, but B+ zone coverage as his top skill. Decently fast. Strong in the bench press. Antonio Marshall is my guy, and he has star or better development. Love to see that. Also, his 2nd archetype is slot. Leads me to believe his tackling will be quite high. 60. That's not amazing. Nice man coverage and press, clearly. Nice merch. Link is in the description. Teespring. Definitely check that out if you're interested in buying any merch for the holiday season from me. I'm not wearing my Vanilla Vic one right now, but just my personal favorite design. Pretty good hit power. This might be our starting free safety. Antonio Marshall. Like that pick a lot. Raiders at number 4. Go with Chuck Bradley out of Michigan State. And then the Jags take Shaq Price out of Ohio State. And we were back on the board. Back-to-back picks here at 6 and 7. QB is still available. Is that the guy I want to go for? Could go Rashard Poole here. With his man coverage, he almost seems better suited to play cornerback in the slot. That could be our slot corner. Keep Jeff Gladney on the outside. We have a lot of options here. I like Rashard Poole here. I really do. Really looks like a good player. And we could always play him at safety as well. That is an option. Andrew Chaney, I think, could start right away. This is actually a tough pick because there are good players on the board. And I know people are going to say, take the quarterback, take the quarterback. The D tackles are great as well. Jonathan Hewitt looks incredible. Mason DePaula looks okay at QB. And then Richard Krasnodamski looks also very, very, very good. This is tough. We have back-to-back picks, so we can take 2 players here. We could even maybe get 3 guys if we wanted to. I think I'm going to pass on QB for right now. And I'm comfortable taking any of these QBs if I'm taking a quarterback. I would go Weaver at number 9. I think we pick at number 9 or 10. I would go Weaver at 10 or Mason DePaula. I'll take one of the QBs. I don't really care which. So then it's deciding what other 2 players do I want. Chaney's decent. I think Rashard Poole is really good. I think we should take a defensive tackle. I want Hewitt, even though I feel like chat's going to want Richard Krasnodemski because it's a funny name that I made fun of. I think Hewitt's a better player with A- power moves. I'm going to go Hewitt here. 76 overall, number 4 in the draft. Normal development is kind of annoying, but he's got 93 strength with 84 power moves, 78 speed, 78 block shed. Clearly very good, and what seems to be a pretty good class. And then at number 7, I think I'm going to take the other safety. Let me see down the board. Are there other pass rushers I like? There really aren't. There really are not. That makes this a bit tougher. I'm going to go Chaney to fill the team need. That's my guy. 75 overall, ranked number 7 in the class. We took him at 7, but the big thing, first of all, Wisconsin, we're keeping him fairly local. He's only 21 years old and star better development. Not really much in the block shed department, but he's very fast. 87 speed, 88 acceleration, 80 finesse moves, 82 strength. He should be able to come in and start right away. That's a good player for our 4-3. The Giants at number 8 are going Jimmy Mayer, and the Dolphins at number 9 are going Alani Harrison. We could still take the quarterback if we wanted to. We could take either. I still think Rashard Poole is a really, really good player. So much so that I don't really even want to take the quarterback here, either one of them. I like Rashard Poole. I think going offensive line could be quite good as well. Terrell Johnson looks like a really solid option. Man, this is a tough pick. Norman Meadows is someone we should want on the team as well. I'm not sure we're going to be able to draft him. Taven Reddick looks okay. This is a really tough draft. This is one of the tougher drafts that I can actually remember. This one's so tough to decide who I want and what to do. Okay, making a really big trade that's going to maybe frustrate a lot of you guys, but Anthony Barr is getting paid over $15 million a year against our cap. He's down to a 79 overall, and he will keep progressing. I'm trading a 3rd-round pick and a 4th-round pick for a 1st-round pick, number 24 from the Browns, a 1st-round pick from them next year, and taking on Chris Hubbard's contract, who I'm going to cut. Chris Hubbard is bad, and it's not going to cost us a damn thing. Go over to right tackle, and guess what? He's gone. All it does is free up cap room. We helped out the Browns, and we have another pick in this draft. And I'm not taking a quarterback here. I think we have to take an offensive lineman. I really do. Could pair up the Justins, Justin Jefferson and Justin Clark. Justin Clark looks really good, would be dominant in the slot. I think Terrell Johnson is our best bet just because we really need someone at that position. Man, this is just such a tough class because all the players are so good. It's tempting to just take, you know, the early 1st-round guys because they are good. And Harrison Smith is not going to be around forever. Why is this so tough for me? Because I know probably taking offensive line is a smart move. It doesn't necessarily matter in simulation as much. I think I have to go offense. We don't have a quarterback. Do I take a chance at one right now? We don't pick again for 14 picks. The odds that one of those guys is still available is better, but not good. I think Norman Meadows is going to be my pick. Can I not speak tonight? What do I do? Do I reach for a QB? I'm going to. We need a quarterback. Josh Weaver. It was worth it, I think. 73 overall, star better development. I'll take a 73 overall. Did Christian Ponder wear 12? No. Tell me he didn't. Tell me he didn't. Tell me Christian Ponder wore like 8 or something. He wore 7. We're good. Why do I remember a Vikings QB with 12? Was Randall Cunningham going to wear 12 for them? Did he do that? I know he wore 12 for the Eagles. He wore 7 for the Vikings. Why does 12 look so familiar on the Vikings? Dante Culpepper, maybe? I know one of you guys knows it very easily. He wears 11 on the Vikings. Maybe no one was 12. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Josh Weaver looks really good, though. That was definitely the right move. And we'll go pick by pick. There goes Chase Lucas. I'm interested in seeing what that other QB's overall is. but it doesn't really matter as much as Dev Trait does. As Krasnodomsky is a 76 and heading to Jacksonville. There goes Doug Coates. Rashard Poole is a 75. We knew he'd be very good. And I hope, as there goes Terrell Johnson, I was just going to say I hope he's available at 24. Now I hope the receiver's available at 24. That'd be very, very good for us. And it might happen. It might happen. Saints have to go another player. They take him one pick before us. Saints get their revenge on the Vikings, I guess, huh? Not quite, but I think I have to go Norman Meadows here, which I'm not uncomfortable with. He's a really good player. In fact, the number 2 overall player in the draft. Play him at left guard. 77 overall. Is he fast? 70 speed isn't too bad. 88 strength. Plays more like a guard than a center based on his attributes, impact blocking and run blocking. So Meadows can play left guard. That's where he's going to play. So DePaul is still available. Do I just take him? Could take Dudley. Sheldon Davis. Decent player. Do I just go quarterback here and start the best one? There's no one else on the board that seems particularly amazing. Like Sheldon Davis would be good because we don't really have much else. He seems to be pretty good. We already have our quarterback. I'm going to take Sheldon Davis. He's only a 70 overall, but we did need someone else on the offensive line. He's not amazing, but he has good strength, impact blocking, lead block. His pass blocking is just, well, pass block power is low. His power in general is low. I don't know what to think about him, and I'm excited to see what that quarterback looks like. This middle linebacker is still available, Cliff Peak. I am going to draft him. Looks like he'd be good value. He's exactly ranked number 112 in the class. That's where he took him. Only normal development, but 85 speed. Block shedding is a bit low. Really doesn't look that bad for a 5th round guy. Not amazing. We didn't think we'd take anything amazing there. It would have been super awesome. We would have had an amazing draft if that receiver fell one more spot. But that center was a 77 overall, so maybe that was a right move anyway. We'll go offensive line here. Marcus Douglas. That's going to be my last pick of the draft. He is another like power mauler offensive lineman. Doesn't really offer a balanced approach, but I'll have the CPU draft the rest. It was a good draft for us. We got a bunch of really good players, which you'd hope you do when you have a bunch of high picks. But I think we took advantage of them. I don't think any pick was a swing and a miss. I think every pick was actually quite good. And I'll see when that quarterback went and see if we made a mistake. There he goes, 73 overall. Does have star, better development as well. Let's see what it is. So my heart can break when we see our quarterbacks. I'm not going to look at it right now. He only has star. So already I'm comfortable not taking him. Will Williams was an 81 overall. As I said, looked like the best player in the draft, and he was. Had to have been. 81 overall. With star, better development. We have Dalvin Cook, so it doesn't matter. He has superstar. What a player. Went into the 2nd round. I almost took him just because he was a stud, but it would have been a waste of a pick. I know he's the best player in the draft, but that doesn't mean that he was the best player for us. Clearly was not the best player for us, but was very clearly the best player in the draft. But we got the next 3 highest. So we did quite well. And then Chaney was tied with Silverman. So we had an unreal draft. Rashard Poole, who we almost took, does have star, better development. So this would have been a good pick for us. I hope it's only star. Otherwise, it's going to hurt a bit. It's only star. Thank you. Thank you. I think we did pretty well. And I just want to see that receiver as well. It's the only other player I really care about. Well, and Terrell Johnson. Terrell Johnson only has normal. Cool with that. Clark only has normal. We did really well in the draft. Okay. I'm happy with how that went. Yeah, Marshall's a 77 overall at safety. So Antonio Marshall will be moving back to play free safety for us. I think it's a good fit. Fills a need. It was a goal when we drafted him, and I think it's going to work out quite well. He is an even higher overall, so that's great. This is the way the offense is going to look. I will be changing the playbook. We already have a good backup running back in Alexander Madison. Can I not speak tonight? Am I drunk? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I have the freaking Hulk living above me. I don't know what happened. I must have not had an upstairs neighbor for months and months and months. And all of a sudden, I tweeted about this. If you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to do that. Twitter.com/Bengal YouTube. Link is in the description. All of a sudden, it's like there's a men's basketball league above me. And all I hear is stomping and jumping and like basketball dribbling, even though it's not that, all day. It's frustrating. We didn't talk about cornerback with Chris Boyd, but I saw an old friend here. Let me tell you, I'm a Texas fan. Hook 'em horns. Every single game Chris Boyd played, the commentators be like, this is one of the best DBs in the nation. And it's like they've clearly never seen him play because it was so bad at Texas. And then he still kept getting hype. There was a ridiculous CBS mock draft that had him, after the season that ended, in the first round. I don't even think Chris Boyd was drafted. He might have been a 7th round pick. But good Lord. Anyway, they want him to be our slot cornerback. Sure. Fine. I don't hate him. He was just bad. I mean, that's where we are on that. But the CPU is so stupid. I hate it. They don't have Chaney as a rush right end. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know how overalls change. They want their rush right end to be a defensive tackle, I guess. I mean, why is DJ Wanham a higher overall than Andrew Chaney there? Does he do anything better? Is it just power moves? Is that the only way they see it? This game's dumb. 4-3 at the midseason mark. Harrison Smith is a free agent, and that is a big one. That is a big one. He's someone I want to bring back, as is Brian O'Neill, who I moved to left tackle. I think a 2-year deal for Harrison Smith makes sense. We have money, so we will... I was going to say re-sign him. We're going to increase that bonus at some point. And then Brian O'Neill is going to be a 5-year contract. I'm okay to up the money. Need him. He should continue to develop. He's only 25 years old. We should be looking at about an 85 overall for him at some point. RG3 I don't really care for. I don't need to even talk about the other two, and Jalen Holmes and Tyler Conklin. No, thank you. But I will spend Coach XP and simulate a week and then re-sign Harrison Smith. O-line training boost, I think is what I'm going to do here. Josh Weaver's up to a 76. Can we see his development trait? Please tell me it's better than Star. I would feel so good about... Superstar X Factor! He's got brick wall. Well, that's not a one I want. Superstar X Factor. We clearly made the right move. I almost didn't even draft him. Let's give him... I don't even know what would be good in Sim. I'll try Gambler. Or Omaha. Let's give him Omaha. Let's try it out. I don't know. We tried a Gambler with Josh Herbert in the Josh Herbert career sim. I will be doing another career sim soon. I can't believe he had Superstar X Factor. That is so lucky. That never happens. And for a quarterback, we're set for the rebuild. Defensively, oh my goodness. 2 Superstar X Factors in the same draft class? Oh, Antonio Marshall. What should we even give him? Zone Hawk, maybe? I mean, that's what he's going to be playing mostly. Maybe shutdown. Or shutdown? Selfless? No. Let's give him shutdown. No. Let's give him Zone Hawk. He's a free safety. Reach Elite sounds terrible. And let's give him deep zone knockout. He's mainly going to be in deep zones. Do we draft anyone else with a development trait or just those two? Oh, yeah, Chaney. Chaney only has Star. That's fine. We drafted 2 Superstar X Factor players. That's literally never happened to me in Madden 21. That's unreal. I don't even know if that's happened to me in Madden 20. I don't really have that like many first-round picks anymore. We had a few of them there. And we hit huge. Unreal. We are set up for the future. I do have to simulate 1 week, though, so we can bring Harrison Smith back. But we're 5-3. We're playing good football. We have great rookies. We are in an amazing spot. There, take your bonus, Harrison Smith. Let's go. Back for 2 years. What a rebuild so far. We haven't done anything with the team. Like, we haven't made the playoffs or done anything like that, but we are in a great spot for the future with players. We've drafted well. We've saved our money. Super pumped about this. It doesn't even matter if we win Offensive Rookie of the Year, which our quarterback will, by the way. as we've made the playoffs. He already has Superstar X Factor, so the bonus of getting upgraded wouldn't even matter. We are in the wild card, playing the Bears. The Jets are in the wild card as well. It's kind of an unusual team to see in there. And the Bengals continue to play really, really well. Bears went 12-4. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers. We went 9-7. The Packers were bad. Josh Weaver, though, what a year. Broke the rookie passing touchdown record. Pretty good for passing yards as well. Real close to the record. I think Andrew Luck was like 44 or something, though. Rushing, Dalvin Cook was great. 10 touchdowns, 5.5 per carry. Almost needed more touches. Justin Jefferson, unreal year. 14,000 is not what number that is. It's 1,453 yards, 15 touchdowns on 106 catches. Awesome. Defensively, Eric Kendrick was really, really solid. 4 tackles for loss, although 14 from Danielle Hunter led the way. Also had 11.5 sacks, which led the team. 8.5 for Pierce, 8 for Andrew Chaney, the rookie out of Wisconsin. Love that. Picks, Mike Hughes, 3. Chris Boyd has 3. Gladney with 3. Harrison Smith only with 2. Antonio Marshall with 2. I might move him back to corner. Just because he does have Superstar X Factor. His man coverage is not that high. But are we wasting him at safety? Yeah, Cam Newton wins back-to-back MVPs, I believe. Oh boy, where's our rookie QB? Number 8, love that. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Nick Foles. Weaver at 2. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. No Danielle Hunter. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Josh Weaver, not a shock. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Doug Coates. Chaney at 3, Marshall at 5, Jonathan Hewitt at 9. I think we should move our safety to corner. We're going to see if we can beat the Bears here. We can't. 35-24. They're just too strong in sim. But this was just really our first season with the new team. So I am super excited to jump into Season 3. We are in an awesome position. We don't really even have to bring back anybody. We can go full attack mode in free agency and bring in some really, really good players if there are some available. We have money. 43 mil. And Jair is here. J.J. Watt, Mike McGlinchey. Mike McGlinchey, we kind of need to sign. What else, though? Baker's here, Orlando Brown Jr. I think... I don't even know who Grover Stewart is. I'm going to level with you. I couldn't tell you the team he plays on. I have no idea. Grover Stewart. Where did you come from? Plays nose for the Colts. Haven't seen a ton of the Colts play this year. He's played 9 games. Has a pass deflection, 34 tackles, 4 for loss as a nose. Pretty good. I mean, he's been in the league since 2017, but only started games for them last year. How do I not know him? That's so odd that I don't know who that is. Huh. Okay. I mean, is it their bedtime yet above me? Go to sleep, please. I'm looking at guys to potentially bring in. I think Nwosu makes sense at outside linebacker, but probably not going to do that. Probably just going to offer Mike McGlinchey a contract. Need to improve our line, and he would go a long way in doing that. So I'm going to offer him a pretty big contract. We need him a lot, and that hopefully gets it done. Ooh, saw Justin Jefferson went up to superstar development. I think this is a time for me to get Michael Gallup. Hopefully for cheap. And then maybe trade Adam Thielen. I know he's a fan favorite. I'm not offering Gallup a ton, but I think it'd be wise to get younger. Troy Dye went up to star. Ryan Connolly did as well. All linebackers get upgraded. Juwan Bentley's here. That's a good player I could get for cheap. Not even that cheap, though. I feel like, did my voice crack on cheap? Who cares? 3-year deal. I'm going to lowball him on the money. If he wants to sign, great. If he doesn't, who cares? As nice as it would be to bring in Jair, go to the Giants. My favorite team, please. Do that in real life. That'd be excellent. I don't think it would ever happen. But I'd be so cool with it. Earl Thomas is here. I mean, we do need a safety. I'd probably rather draft one. Tracy Walker's here. Could steal him from the Lions, but the Bears are going after him. I think I'm actually cool on spending money for right now. don't know what's going on with our kicker situation. We got Michael Gallup for cheap. We got Juwan Bentley. We got Mike McGlinchey. 2 cheap contracts at the top and Mike McGlinchey. This rebuild has been going so smoothly so far. Is it too good to be true, or is this going to continue? I would love for it to continue. So upgrade Justin Jefferson for route runner. He will be superstar X Factor. I think that's almost a given. And look at our quarterback. He's going to be up into the 80s. Should we give him improviser? Need that overall accuracy to improve. So I'm just going to do field general a lot. But we'll see what he can do in season 2. For him, at least. For season 3 for the overall rebuild. Number 12 just looks so familiar. Who do I remember wearing 12? I don't know. He got another ability slot. Pass lead elite. I feel like that'd be fine if you're playing, but I'm going to give him clutch. Actually, I'm going to give him homer. If we can guarantee home wins, maybe that'll help. I don't know what those do in simulation. I really don't. I feel like we should trade Adam Thielen, though. Ezra Cleveland is developing quite nicely. And our offensive line, I feel like is set. I feel like we're in an awesome position. Defensively, though, we're in a bit of a different spot. Jeff Gladney's okay. I feel like he'd be fine as a nickel corner. Michael Pierce is up to superstar dev. That's great. We need linebackers. I want to move Antonio Marshall to safety. Nope, he's a safety already. I want to move him to corner. I really cannot speak tonight. But I'm going to move him to corner. His drafted position. Just because I think that's better value. And then so we're going to draft looking for safeties and linebackers. We also got Matt Hawk at punter. 5th-year options. Garrett Bradbury. Yes, we need him. So we're picking a lot deeper in the draft this time around. 22 and 31. And let's think. Talked about what we need. But I'm going to look at the class as a whole. Wow. George Baggs is going to be a super high overall. Ooh, Florida as well. So we could reunite him with his former quarterback. Although I won't be doing that. So the player we absolutely need is Joel Howard out of Florida. Again, reuniting him with his former quarterback. So that would be a lot of fun. He's a little slow, but he's very good. Will we be able to draft him, or will I have to trade up? It's going to be a good question. Bunch of pretty high overall players going right now. Could be a very strong, depthy draft class. And I hope I don't have to trade up. I worry that I will have to. But I'm not going to trade up into the top 15. Bags is a 79. Steelers. And now's the time where I might think about making a move up. Joel Howard is 12 picks away. He's going to be the top left outside linebacker on the board. I feel like this is a good time. Oh, their top need is left outside linebacker as well. Let me take that off your mind. No. I don't really want to trade Michael Pierce. Do they want Armin Watts? I don't blame you. Oh, okay. Did I just give up too much value for that? I don't think so. Number 39, number 54, number 86. This draft class isn't super strong down the board like it was. So I still hold 16, 22, and 31. And with this pick, I am going to take Joel Howard. 75 overall, normal depth, but that doesn't matter. Because he's going to go up to star. Linebackers just get upgraded. 81 block shed. Zone coverage is terrible. Wow, so bad. But he can tackle. He's a little slow. But he can tackle. He accelerates well. I don't know how his overall is so high, honestly. At number 22, I'm taking a very good player. Could play defensive tackle for us. In fact, I think he will. 6'5", 300. Run-stopping defensive end. Early first-round guy. 74 overall. Wow. That's an early first-round guy at 74. Okay, yeah, not a super strong class then. Decent player, only normal development. Good power moves, good block shed. He's well-rounded. He'll be a very solid backup defensive tackle. His overall might even jump up to like 75, 76. Angelo Hammond, slot type. Something I would definitely consider here. Free safety. Oscar Keenan. We do need a free safety really badly. I think he's probably at the top of the board right now. Bunch of first-round DBs down the board. That is unusual. to say the least. I think I will be taking that free safety, though, here. Makes the most sense for our team. Oscar Keenan out of West Virginia. Only a 72 overall, number 18 in the class. Only normal development, but he's actually pretty good. 88 speed, 75 zone. Good tackling, hit power, pursuit, acceleration. Really not that bad of a player. Oh, this is a really good pick here. Deontay Berry. Early second-round middle linebacker. I worry he's going to be like a 69 overall, and it won't be so nice. He is a 70, which will go up at outside linebacker. He was not going to wear 99. 37 in the class, segment 118. 84 speed. Block shedding is a bit low. Overall, doesn't look too bad, though. We'll take another linebacker here. Moses Graves. Oh, okay. Number 55 in the class, star, better development. He's a 69 overall. Nice. He is slow, but he sheds blocks pretty well. And he has star, better development in the 5th. Interesting. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Yeah, we still have Adam Thielen. So we have 3 pretty good receivers. I'm not even sure where to go here. I had Juwan Bentley with the thought of playing him at outside linebacker. But I'm not even sure if that's going to happen anymore. I don't really know what to do here. Chavez is going to move to defensive tackle. I know that for sure. Martin Chavez. Move Marshall back to free safety. We just don't have a better option there right now. I think things will end up changing, but for right now we don't. And I'm still trying to decide what to do at linebacker, because starting Troy Dye could be a very good move. He is already 25. He's okay. And that's how I sneeze, I guess. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. Well, I'm unwell, but I'm okay. I don't know what to do. Graves feels like someone who we should start, but he is slow, and he's a rookie. He's 23. His development's probably star. Is it better to start him than Troy Dye? I really just don't know. You know what? I don't want Troy Dye or Ryan Connolly. I don't want Ryan Connolly for sure. I mean, Troy Dye is someone who was drafted by the team. My coach has a Microsoft Surface sticking through his chest. Should probably look into that. I don't really know what to do with some of these guys. I don't think our number 1 need is corner, but they say it is. See, this is where I was when I tried to do this trade a second ago, right? Still a sliver away. I go out, I buy Master Trade Negotiator. What's the point? Doesn't increase value. Why bother? What is the point? Actually, what is the point? It's not like it increases value in another player like DJ Wanham. What does it do? Nothing that I can tell. I'm going to have to give up a first-round pick, but it's a good trade for us because we're getting a really good player. It's going to have to be a current first, which I'm cool with because we're getting, again, a really good player. It's going to be Ryan Connolly, Juwan Bentley, and a first-round pick. I'm going to try to get another one of those back somehow for J.C. Jackson. Young, talented cornerback. He's going to make a really nice group with Mike Hughes and Jeff Gladney. That's a good secondary. That's a really good secondary. Now, some other players I am looking to trade still remain at linebacker because I don't really want Troy Dye. I just want to get Joel Howard, who's a rookie, and I want to play Moses Graves. It's a cool name, and he's a rookie. Random, like, star development guy probably down the board. I want to get him some time. He's more fun to me than Troy Dye, who's 2 years older and in a very similar spot. So I am going to try and trade Troy Dye, get a first-round pick back. I'll hold on to Michael Pierce for now. DJ Wanham, I'd like to trade. I don't think he's any value. And that's kind of where I am on most things here. Olabisi Johnson, I'll trade if I can. I would like to trade Adam Thielen. I think he's actually going to help us more than his trade value is, so I'll probably just keep him. Troy Dye and Olabisi Johnson for a first-round pick from the Saints. BC Johnson is gone. I wish I had a joke for that. I wish I had a pun. But I've been calling him Olabisi. It feels kind of weird, but name's BC. He goes by, right? Or, yeah, I think so. This is going to be the team for season number 3. We have a stud Second year QB now. Excited to see how he develops. Already looks really good. And then defensively, we are starting 2 rookies at outside linebacker. Marshall goes back to free safety. Great cornerback group. Special teams. I don't know why we need multiple kickers. Maybe Jonathan Brown's elite and we just don't know about it. We'll keep him on the team. Specialist. Marshall should not be in the slot. I got to reorder this because that makes no sense. Jeff Gladney to the slot. Howard should not be a rush end. It should be Chaney. This team frustrates me a lot. Man, Mike Hughes. That is a lot of money on the 5th-year option. Okay. That is a lot. What am I doing here? I want to go to my depth chart. Why did I open up trade? Dude, that's the second time I've done that. Why I do this? And I went to my coach. Am I... Think. Come on. 4-3 at the midseason mark. Michael Pierce is a free agent. And we have a breakout development challenge for Irv Smith Jr. I'm not going to play this for the sake of the rebuild. The rebuild, of course, is always about team building. Can't really hop in and just give him 3 touchdowns. As fun as that would be to try. I am going to upgrade our players automatically. It's only Martin Chavez. Probably Martin Chaves. No. Michael Pierce, I do want to extend. I think a 3-year deal is actually better than the 2-year deal. He's looking like a thick boy. And I think 50 mil over 3 is what we're going to give him. Irv Smith Jr., want to extend him. I think a 5-year deal for him is good. Should evolve and develop into being one of the best tight ends in the league, I think. Mike Hughes, I'd be happy to give him a 5-year deal. Keep him till he's 30. He's developing well for us. Pretty good player like him. Madison's a good backup running back in real life, but I don't really think he offers us much in Madden. He isn't expensive, though, so he wants more money. The rest don't really matter. Hakeem Butler's made the full-on switch to tight end. Of course, he was a receiver. Really played well on the outside at Iowa State, but no such luck so far in the NFL. Couldn't stay on the Cardinals roster. Where'd he move? Washington? Did he play on football team? Doesn't sound right. I almost want to say the Jets, but why would I have been watching the Jets play? Hakeem Butler, it was the Eagles. That's right. That's where he is now. But the Panthers was the other team he was on this year, which I don't remember. We made the playoffs again, though. 9-7. 3rd in the division as well. Packers came back strong. And another strong year from Josh Weaver as he leads his 6th best offense in the league. 33 touchdowns. 16 picks is too many. I might give him Gambler. I think that's a good one. Dalvin Cook needs more carries. He's averaging 4.4 per carry and only had 948 yards. 13 touchdowns receiving. Justin Jefferson, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Thielen over 1,000, 6 TDs. Irv Smith Jr., over 900 on 92 catches. Led the team in that regard on catches. 8 touchdowns. Tied for the lead. Michael Gallup was great as well. And then defensively, Eric Kendricks, really good year. 8 interceptions, 14 tackles for loss for Michael Pierce as he goes double-digit in sacks and leads the team. 9.5 for Andrew Chaney, 9 for Daniil Hunter, 7.5 for Jonathan Hewitt. Our defensive line was getting after it. 5 picks for Jeff Gladney in the slot. Eric Kendricks with 4, 2 for Hughes, 2 for Antonio Marshall. Chaney even had 1 at right end. Wow. And then Chris Boyd and Harrison Smith both had 1 apiece. Joe Burrow wins MVP. No Vikings on there? Are you kidding me? How? Weaver finishes at 8 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Roquan Smith. Eric Kendricks in there at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Walter Cox. No Vikings. Roosevelt Stringer back, or double Saints there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Joel Howard at 3. Moses Graves at 6. Would have been nice if they won something, as Nick Foles won Best QB. Gotta love Bears playbook. As we will look to upgrade our players. I'm excited to see development trait on him. I think it's going to be star. I think it could be upgraded to superstar, though. So I'm excited about that. Justin Jefferson's going to be a 99 overall before long. Defensively, Graves, of course, was star. He wasn't ever going to be anything else. But I would like to see Howard go up to star and Graves go up to superstar. That would be awesome. It'd be cool if Chaney could go up as well, but I see that as unlikely. Can we beat the Rams here in the wild card? Yes, 35-14. And then the Bears in the divisional. Can we get revenge? Making the NFC Conference Championship with a win. No, 34-28. Hate to see that. And it is time for the offseason. Bengals Saints. We should just go Bengals playbook on offense too. Madison, what does he want? A higher bonus? I could do that. He's a solid backup. Staple of this team. He's going to test free agency. Well, I can't exactly franchise tag him. It's way too expensive. Maybe we'll re-sign him in free agency. Maybe we won't. But we'll find out. 11 mil, which is exactly what we had in year one. And before we do anything, let's just see development trait upgrades, see if we got any. Please tell me at least one of those linebackers went up or somebody. Thielen's regressing a bit. It's time to trade him now that he's an 87 probably. But maybe not. Maybe I don't want to. We'll see. Defensively, Howard went up to star, and Chaney went up to superstar. Ooh, love that. Inside stuff? No. I want... What do I want? Under pressure? Let's give him under pressure. We want another one because I think then he can get edge threat, which I think could be really good. But Howard up to star, love to see that. Maybe should have stuck with Troy Dye. Maybe you're right. Person thinking that. The J.C. Jackson, I feel like he would have already definitely had star, right? Would have had to have. The yellow shooting sleeve, by the way, looks awesome. Like the way that pops. Harrison Smith got downgraded twice? That perfectly timed bump from upstairs. Great. No way. He went from superstar X Factor down to superstar, down to star. And went down 32 in regression. Went from what, a 90 to an 84? Huh. That is brutal. Oh my God. That is absolutely wild. I can't even believe that, dude. Ooh, Bobby Okariki's here. He's 27 at this point. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I'm going to stick with what we have. I'm happy with seeing those guys develop. I feel like Juan Thornhill could be fun to get. Play him at strong safety. I mean, I'll offer him a contract. Not sure we'll be able to get him, though. 97 total points. That puts us at third. I mean, I'm not really willing to go that much higher. Harrison Smith is a great player, but he's just, like, regressed so unbelievably. I don't even have a kicker anymore. Might draft one, I guess, but, like, wow. What a turn of events. We got Juan Thornhill. Okay. Nice. Kind of unexpected, if I'm honest. I will give Weaver Gambler before I forget. Just I feel like that one's... We know it's been pretty good. And then Sideline Deadeye, I'm going to give him... Let's give him... Comeback. I feel like that could be a good one for simulation as well. Fifth year options, Justin Jefferson. Yeah. I think so. He's only a 93 overall superstar receiver. And the other one is going to be Jeff Gladney. No. It shouldn't be a no-brainer. Yeah, I know he had 5 picks. He's only a 78 overall. Normal development. Didn't go up. I'm not paying him like 13 mil a year like I did Mike Hughes. I'll extend him if I want to. But I'm not going to give him a guaranteed 13 mil and lock us up even more. It's not what I'm willing to do. Picking at number 31 in the draft, which was the pick that we traded for from the Saints, who were amazing. And I have to consider, what do I want? Not a running back, even though Ramon Wilson looks pretty damn good. Don't really want a receiver here. It doesn't seem to be that strong of a draft class, honestly. I'm definitely not going to trade up. Well, that's not true. I might trade up. Because the only player I really would look to get here is Sidney Porter, who does look quite good. And I might have to just move up for him. But I wouldn't move up past 11. So if he's available at 11, great. If not, that's okay. I'll just take with what we have. But maybe I'll evaluate a pick 9 if he's still there. We'll see. I don't want to commit to anything, even though my words keep making it sound like I want to commit. I don't want to commit. Sounds familiar, actually, with me. Xavier Rushing, 80 overall defensive tackle goes. 80? What in the world? There goes the corner. I checked the Broncos to trade up to 9. Thought about it. They didn't need a cornerback in their first 5 positions of need, so I'm like, they won't take a corner. They take a corner, and he was really good. Would have been better than Gladney. Here we are at the end of the first round. Backup running back. Is this Ramon Wilson time? He looks better than the mid-round guy. These guys are really early first-round players. How is that possible? I guess I would, lean on taking the higher overall player for a backup running back. Do I want to do that? Free safety and Kamani Leno. He's actually not bad. I'm going to take the free safety. Kamani Leno, 72 overall, star better development. It's not exactly someone we really needed, but will be a good special teamer at least. Not really much of a zone cover guy, but could be pretty good in the box. Gotta love a D tackle. Matt Sheridan out of Minnesota. Keep him in state. 73 overall, normal development. He will be a solid backup to have, and I'm only going to take one more pick. It'll be in the 3rd round. And I am taking... Oh, what was his position? Was he a cornerback? I think he was a corner. Yeah, George Grove at a UCF. Do we have really 2 UCF corners on the team? What are the odds of that? Teaming up with Mike Hughes. 73 overall, only normal development, but again, a good backup to have, which is kind of what you're going for in these rounds. We'll keep Adam Thielen. I mean, we're keeping Harrison Smith anyway. Should I do that? I mean, do I keep Marshall at free safety or do I move him a corner? He still has no man coverage. Do I move him to corner? Thornhill and Marshall. Nah, I'm going to keep it the way it is. I can't seem to make a decision about that, but Thornhill's going to move to strong safety. Can I make a move with anybody? I mean, we could. We could move a defensive tackle. I'm going to trade DJ Wanham finally. I think that's been a long time coming. We have good corners. We have like 5 good corners. Not like, obviously Grove and Dantzler are not great, but they're pretty good. We really just need maybe a linebacker, if anything. Leno could play a little bit of corner if we even needed him to, but we don't. And then offensively, it's really just maybe a guard. So I might tack it, or we could use backup running back as well. But maybe I just sign a backup running back. Do I have any money? I really just might not have any money. We're going to bring in Fat Randy. If I can afford it, I can. Gotta love Fat Randy. And then I don't really know which of these backup running backs I can even afford. Certainly not this one. Tevin Coleman? We could just barely afford that. What about Chase Edmonds? No. Gus Edwards? Gus Bus? No. Tevin Coleman it is. There's really nothing I can do to trade, so instead I'm just going to simulate to the midseason mark per usual. And this really could be the team. I think we're going to be in a good spot. 6-1 at midseason mark. That's great. I mean, 2 one-win teams in the division definitely helps with that. What positions can I upgrade here? Tight end. And then kicker. Get Fat Randy to Superstar X Factor 99 overall. Daniil Hunter is an impending free agent. As is Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, Garrett Bradbury. Some big players here for sure. We do have some money. Hunter is clearly the priority. But this is one of the final years of the rebuild. Hunter is back. Kendricks, 3-year deal. He wants more money. Harrison Smith, I have no interest in. I really don't. Bradbury, 4-year deal, up the money a little bit. He is back. The rest really don't matter that much right now. I tried to trade Cleveland and Wanham, and the irony is that they're both impending free agents, but it doesn't really matter too much with them at this point. We're going to automatically upgrade the team. It's only Philip Croft. And I mean, I guess it is manually. It is doing it it's doing it automatically, but when I step in, it's manual. But I auto did it with the triangle. I didn't choose. So it's both manual and automatic. It's very odd. We're simulating to the playoffs. Think we're going to make them pretty easily, right? We do. First round bye. 11-5. Finally won the division. Third best offense as Josh Weaver had himself a year. 10th best defense. 14 picks still, but 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns. Rushing, Dalvin Cook went over 1,000, 9 TDs, averaged over 5 per carry. Receiving, Thielen, amazing for yards and average per catch, only 4 touchdowns. Irv Smith Jr. had 11. Gallup, crazy year. We threw the football a lot. Jefferson probably had the best year of anyone. Ooh, no, you'd take Irv Smith's year for sure, but he's not a receiver. Eric Kendricks, decent year. Hewitt had 17 tackles for loss, 12 sacks for Hunter, but really not a whole else going on. 1 interception for like the whole team. No one had more. A little weird. Trubisky on the Bucks won MVP. Okay. Bucks playbook. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot in the future. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Mitchell Trubisky. Weaver finishes at 3 for MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. No Vikings. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Levi Veldman. Okay. Andrew Branch at 6. Couldn't tell you who that is. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Braden Caldwell. Kamani Leno is not only a 77 overall, but finished at 2nd. What could his development trait possibly be to be a 77 overall? That's an interesting one. Was he a sub linebacker or something? How did he play so much? Justin Jefferson's going to be a 97 overall with morale. So he's looking pretty good. Very good. And then defensively, Leno is a superstar X-Factor player. What is going on? What is going on? I'm not complaining. I'm just so surprised. I mean, I wish we didn't even sign Juan Thornhill now. I need to find a spot for Leno. And where's that going to be? Could be at free safety. And we could move Marshall back to corner with Gladney being a free agent. Mike Hughes will be our nickel. I actually think that could work out really well. Let's do speed rusher for Neil Hunter. See, he's up to a 97 overall with morale. Mike Hughes, I think I'm going to do slot just to really transition him into that nickel role. 84 overall. Big upgrades for him, mainly just awareness, honestly. His zone coverage is not really that high. But I can't even believe that. We've been so lucky with draft picks so far. And Marshall was our sub linebacker. How is Kamani Leno even playing? Did he do anything? I can't imagine he did much. 50 tackles, I mean, and a pick. Okay, I mean, really good year for a backup safety. He had to have been playing somehow. But I can't for the life of me figure out where it would have been. And Chaney, I forgot to move to rush right end. That's why his numbers were not crazy. Well, okay. Let me just change the depth chart real quick. You know what it was? Marshall was our sub linebacker, which means that he was almost our starting free safety on a lot of plays. That's what happened. How am I that slow? We're going to change our rush right end, though, to not be DJ Wanham and have it be Chaney, who has 87 finesse moves. Stupid. What's the playoff bracket look like? I'm going to do another season after this. This has been a really fun rebuild. This rebuild's been a blast. First round bye, of course, but got to look at some of the other teams we might be playing. And we end up facing off against the Eagles. Can we get our revenge? Make the NFC Conference Championship. No, we lost. 29-25. Come on. Come on, man. We can't win in the playoffs. I guess that makes sense, actually. Harrison Smith down to a 79. Bye-bye. Ezra Cleveland, maybe I'll re-sign him free agency. Jeff Gladney can walk. I already have a plan. And then Eric Kendricks, I need to bring back. He's actually a little bit too expensive, but I'm just going to, do it anyway. And then I have to let a lot of these other guys walk. Even a kicker. Isaiah Simmons is here. That could be an outside linebacker for us. I feel like we get him fairly frequently, but he's so good and would be a really good fit on the outside for us. Graves got downgraded. Why is that a thing? Stop doing that. All right. Graves is out of here. Leno's going to be starting at free safety. We are moving, finally, Antonio Marshall back to corner. I think that's where he's going to sit. I change his position every single year and then change it back. Oh, look at LeBlanc. Random star development corner. Okay, cool. Marshall's going to play over Hughes because he's going to develop faster. You just need his man coverage to not be so low. And then Isaiah Simmons makes a lot of sense for me right now. Isaiah Simmons makes a lot of sense. We need a guard, but we could draft one. Okay. Isaiah Simmons has accepted. That is so huge. To get this level of athleticism at outside linebacker is going to be exceptional. He will fit there. Of course, if you saw him play at Clemson, did a lot of this. I think his best fit in the NFL is as an overhang defender. We talked about this in my NFL redraft video for 2020. If you didn't see that, go check it out. Obviously, it's all speculation and a random fun video, but it was a lot of fun. And we talked about Isaiah Simmons' best fit. It isn't in a 3-4 with the Cardinals. It's not. It is in a 4-3 or as like an overhang defender, which is basically in the nickel, playing in the slot, in a linebacker, safety, hybrid box role. That's what Isaiah Simmons should do. And it's not exactly what he's going to do for us because you can't really program that into the game. But he will play linebacker. He'll be a 6 sub linebacker. And we should have a really, really strong team here for what I think should be the final season. Because I think we're going to end it on a Super Bowl run. As Antonio Marshall his 5th year option is up here. We're going to pick that up. Can't speak still. We have a lot of them because we had a lot of first round picks that year. And I'm not going to pick it up on Jonathan Hewitt. He's good, but he's our backup defensive tackle. Well, he will play, but we have other options. It's a replaceable position. It's kind of where I am on that. And we'll see what we can do in the draft. We don't really have a ton of team needs outside of offensive guard, but our offense is so good. Our defense is really good as well. So the only thing we really need is right guard. And I think that's it. Ooh, look at these quarterbacks. Chandler Hazleton looks really good. Hal Beretta, the sniper. That'd be a sick nickname. It really would be. Beretta. I mean, it's a pistol. But I mean, you could call him something like that. I don't know. You'll figure it out. Beretta is not spelled the same as I thought it may not have been. But let's look at offensive line. There are some options. They don't appear to be great options. Miles Allen probably going to be the pick. Cameron Carroll probably going to be the pick. 38 reps at center. Did they raise that? I mean, that's one of the highest center bench presses I've ever seen in the draft. Quentin Madison out of Bama, early first-round guy in the 3rd. That'll be a fun pick if he's available. All right, we might miss out on both of the guys we want in each round. Hopefully we don't. They should be available. Please just be available. Look at this sick backup running back. Johnny Townsend, not to be confused with Johnny Townsend, the freaking Florida special teamer. Not to be confused with Tommy Townsend, who's the same. Johnny Townsend is on the Chiefs now. Actually, I did know that. Where's Tommy Townsend? Is he anywhere? He's also on the Chiefs. Hold on a second. Are they both on the Chiefs? No, it says Johnny Townsend's. Wikipedia says Chiefs, but also Ravens. Is it a practice squad? Yeah, it's a... I don't know. I think it's the Chiefs. Pretty sure. But anyway, that's not who that is. I don't know why I just spent too much time on that. Miles Allen, I'm going to take Cameron Carroll out of Oklahoma. 75 overall, immediate fill-in at right guard, 22 years old. Beast. You know who this is? It's Creed Humphrey. Is Creed Humphrey 6'4", 311? That sounds like super accurate. Of course, offensive lineman at Oklahoma right now. And I think he might be right around that. He is listed at 6'5", 320. So just a little bit bigger in every way. And I'm trying to figure out who he looks like. You can Google him. It might be someone I know. That's why I'm not showing you guys, because I don't know if it's someone famous. And that player's not available. Oh, that stinks. First round defensive tackle in the 6th. Had to take him. Normal dev. They always are going to be normal dev, because they're never really like good players. It's just that defensive tackle is a position that's scaled differently. So they're just naturally higher overalls, even though they really aren't great players. It's just something that happens. Round 3 is going to be the last pick I take. Is there anyone in here who looks like they're worth a damn? The outside linebackers, perhaps? Yeah. DeMarcus Colvin, Zach Williams. We're going to take the more athletic guy. Ooh. Star better development. 82 speed is kind of nice. He's not that good, but I don't know if they buffed how often the dev traits drop. Or maybe I did manually by requesting more star and more superstar X Factor and more superstar players when I started. I didn't do it by a lot. There are like 5 or 10 more. But maybe that bumps the draft class up. Something to consider. I just went to Trade Center again to try and reorder my depth chart. I've done that 3, maybe even more times in this video. It's been at least 3. And I want Mike Hughes in the slot. He was not an option to play in the nickel, but that's what I want to do. And I think they ordered my defensive line correctly, which is a nice change, with Danielle Hunter and Andrew Chaney both playing. Slot receiver will be Justin Jefferson. Thought he had big slot potential in the NFL. Thought that'd be where most teams would probably opt to play him. But he has played on the outside a fair bit. He's been very good in that role. And I thought he could play on the outside as well. I just thought he'd be a big slot. Not a huge slot option, you know what I'm saying? Like, not someone who would, like, be a really good option in the slot, but someone that could be a bigger slot receiver, a slot mismatch. Hope that makes sense. I know not everyone knows the term big slot, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you can figure that one out. We'll do wide receiver training boost to waste, but we don't really need anything else. This should be the final year. I have high hopes for this team. If you have not checked it out, we're a 91 overall with a superstar X Factor QB. He's only 25 years old. Short accuracy could be a lot higher, but the CPU doesn't know how to upgrade players to make them balanced at all. They're like, we're going to make you a jack of one trade, master of one trade. I don't know if I like the way I phrase that at all. And I think I enjoy that even more, because maybe it makes someone out there listening uncomfortable. But we're going to simulate to the midseason mark. I anticipate probably 4 or 5 wins. It's a really good team. This will be the time in the rebuild where we actually only win 2 at this point. And I go, come on, man. This again, even though we've got a really good team, we have a terrible record. What I actually think it should be is a 6-win team at this point, maybe even 7. But I think more likely, yeah, 3 and 4. 3 other teams in the division have 5 wins. We're not out of it, though, because our team's going to be upgraded even more. It's a really good team, and I think we've just gotten unlucky more than anything. This is the final year, though, but I think we can definitely make the playoffs, and wish me luck. 6 and 4 at week 12. We have potential. That's actually the division lead. This is so close right now. We need to win these next couple games. Oh, even Justin Jefferson has a Superstar X Factor challenge. He's not going to get 4 touchdowns or 200-plus yards. This is not him at LSU. He did that at LSU. He had 4 touchdowns in the same game. This is not LSU, though. Oh, first round bye. 12 and 4. Oh, we crushed it. 5th best offense and 5th best defense. Great year for Josh Weaver. 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns. This time only 7 interceptions. Rushing, Dalvin Cook over 1,000, 10 yards. Receiving, Justin Jefferson, 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. Over 100 catches. Did he get Superstar X Factor? He did not. Gallup, over 1,000 yards on 90 catches. Irv Smith Jr., great year. Adam Thielen played. Defensively, Eric Kendricks, You'd say a solid year from him. Looks like we got a decent bit of pressure on the QB, although nothing insane, but certainly a decent bit. Interceptions 5 for J.C. Jackson. Did they finally upgrade Marshall for anything other than zone coverage? Nope, it still sits at 69. Nice. So I'm sure he got exposed. Cam Newton wins MVP again. He goes from the Patriots to the Titans, and they go 15-1. Is Cam Newton the best quarterback of all time? He has 3 MVPs in just this span. He's won another one before with the Panthers. Second for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Devin White. Dude, how does he go from Patriots overpowered playbook in sim to Titans overpowered playbook in sim? Wild. David Jones at 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Gil Pickett. Sounds like a name that no one has anymore. How many Gils do you know? Oh, if you answered any, you know 90-year-old men. You work in a nursing home. I don't know what to tell you. Justin Jefferson is a legit 99 overall now. Morale not factored in. Release goes up by 3. 99 release. Short route running could be higher, but 99 catch, 99 catch in traffic, 99 medium route running, 99 deep route running, 99 release. Justin Jefferson would be fun to play with. If we make it to the NFC Conference Championship, I will jump in. But we're going to have to beat one of these teams first. It's going to be either football team or Tampa Bay. No, we're up on the top. So never mind. It's going to be either Seattle or Arizona. I feel like the Cardinals really aren't that strong usually, but we'll see. Of course, the Seahawks would end up making it. As Jose Cannon. Would be a sick name for a QB. We have home field advantage. Please beat the Seahawks. We lost 21-17. That is so stupid. Oh my goodness. Should I do one more year? One more year. One more year. Okay, you convinced me. Fine. But it's going to be tough to re-sign some of these guys now. Not sure how much money we have, but it won't be good. Who retired in 2024? Aaron Rodgers was playing for football team? My goodness. That's like a classic Alex Smith situation. Anyone huge? Sometimes I will miss big names. I'm looking for like legend type names like J.J. Watt. I even feel like David DeCastro could end up getting Hall of Fame votes. T.Y. Hilton, Harrison Smith finally retires. Brandon Graham's been a good player. Anyone else? Matt Prater could get Hall of Fame votes. Tough for a kicker to make it in, though. Levante David's been a really good player for a long time. We're not going to check out everybody. Kirk Cousins gone. Former Vikings stud QB. I just can't believe we can't make it past, like, the divisional. And, wow. Some big free agents. This is going to be so expensive. Thielen is a lost cause. How much money do we have? Really not much. But Weaver has to be re-signed. Has to. And if he declines, we have to franchise tag him. But he's back. Justin Jefferson needs to return. I will franchise tag him if I have to. I don't have the salary cap room. Are you kidding me? He's going to test out free agency? Well, you're not. I can't franchise tag him yet, though, because I need to bring back Andrew Chaney. Check this out. Let me up the money on him. Make sure he resigns. And then sync. Well, Norman Meadows has to walk too. We're going to lose a lot of big players here. And then Justin Jefferson is franchise tagged as we plunge into the negative for cap room. Oh, by so much. We will have so little money. Negative 21 million, in fact. It's not looking good for our books right now. We're going to be facing class action lawsuit. Probably federal charges. It's okay. We pick at number 28 in the draft. Not trading up. We're seeing what's available, and it probably has to be an offensive lineman. Could pause the draft, but that's no fun. In my head, we have 1 minute and 50 seconds to make a move. We need an offensive lineman. We have 2 good receivers. The rest is not great. And then defensively, Colvin had superstar. No way. That's so interesting. I always say interesting because it always is to me. Joel Howard got upgraded to superstar. He is pick artist. Not sure why. We'll give him unfakeable. Maybe he'll be sick now. Defensive tackle, we're fine. We just need a guard. Just need a guard or a receiver. And we have a minute to decide who that is. Let's jump right in. Quarterback. No. It's tempting. Baller in the first round said, hey, Roger Goodell, I'm going to go buy Bengals merch. In the link in the description, it says skip the combine because I'm not doing it. All right, Jermichael Bailey, I see you. There really aren't any great guards or receivers available. Actually, Deontay Waddle, brother of Jalen Waddle. That's the move. Not right now, though. Might be our next pick. Is there any offensive lineman I can take? There really isn't. Adam Leach is probably the best one. I guess we're going to Adam Reach. Did it for the joke. It's terrible. I was a first-round pick. Am I out of my mind? Where did I think we were in the draft that I just took him in the first round? I said, oh, he's a third-round guy? Let's take him. Am I stupid? Gotta be. What was that move? Take Jermichael Bailey here. Baller. Skip the combine. Says, hey, I'm actually pretty fast. I don't know why I skipped the combine. Maybe you could have boosted my stock. It's a good point. Take this receiver. Deontay Waddle. Only a 71 overall. He is fast, though. And that's where I'm going to end the nice things about him. Don't compare him to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is more than just fast. I'm convinced Jalen Waddle is going to be a stud. Unless injuries get the best of him. Oh, here's actually a better one. He's maybe not even better. But unless injuries get the best of Jalen Waddle, I think he's going to be a monster in the NFL. Very different type of receiver. He's a nice one if you check out his route running. We don't have a kicker or a punter. Should I take kickers and punters here? Is there any decent player I could take instead? Clayton Hutchins? Don't really need that. I think Taylor Ross will be my move. I took a worse center in the first round, and now we take him. Who is slightly better. He's going to play guard for us. That's the worst first-round pick I've ever had. I don't really know what happened. My brain just shut off, and I'm like, we need a kicker. Why, or a center? Why wait? What is wrong with me? Highest combine grade kicker. He's a 72 overall, first-round guy. He's actually pretty good. Well, there's our kicker. Oh, interesting. Solid. And now we're taking a punter. Best punter on YouTube. This might be the only time I ever draft one. Is it going to be James Godrich? Nope. James Goodrich or Jason with a Y McPherson? Absolutely not. 71 overall. Also feel like he's a pretty good player. Not a bad draft, I guess. Well, I mean, it was, but whatever. Taylor Ross is actually 72 overall left guard. Wow, we've lucked out. What a replacement. Not bad for a rookie, to be honest. This could be worse. But the offense should be incredible still. And then defensively, we have talent all over the place. They just need to make plays. Isaiah Simmons is down to star. Eric Kendricks, down to star. These downgrades suck. Stop doing it. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Makes me sad. But things are set up pretty much the way I want them. Or exactly the way I want them to be. Hughes in the nickel. Justin Jefferson will be my slot receiver. And I'm going to keep the playbooks. I just did it again. I want depth chart. Why do I go down to trade center? Stop doing that. Oh my God. I want Jefferson in the slot. And I think I should change our playbook. Our offense has been good. Our defense has been pretty good too. We're winning games. We just can't win in the playoffs. We're going to simulate to the midseason mark. Final season, no matter what. Come on, boys. 6-1 at the midseason mark. Yes. Yes. Where's our defense? 20. Our offense is 20th. Don't love that. Defense is 15th. How are we 6-1? Do those even matter at all? What about for points? Are we better for points? Points per game. not that great. And then defense, points allowed, second. Okay, our defense is really good. Why is our offense so bad? Who have we played? Have we barely won these games? 14, lost to the Steelers. Big win. Won by a touchdown. 10-6. If we don't make the playoffs, dude, I actually feel like that's something that could happen. I feel like we might not make the playoffs. Starting 6-1. Why does that sound familiar? Did the Vikings do that before? I feel like the Vikings have done something really similar. We'll see if we're in the playoffs or not. We are. First round bye. I don't know why I was tripping. Playoff bracket. It's either 49ers or Falcons. I don't think those are two teams that are good in simulation at all. So I'm pretty confident in saying we'll be in the NFC Conference Championship. Pretty confident. It's a 9-7 Rams. How did that happen? Oh. I don't like how the playoff bracket looks. But it's done by seeding, of course. But it looks odd. Oh, I didn't even realize that was something that could happen. Didn't even think about that. See our stats here. 10th best offense. Weaver only threw 29 touchdowns. Had a good year, though. Rushing, Dalvin Cook was excellent. Receiving, Justin Jefferson over 1,500 yards again. Excellent. Irv Smith Jr. great. Gallup good. Marcus Toon. Wish I would have played a rookie over him. Antonio Marshall led our team in tackles. Also had 2 picks. A lot more interceptions this year for a bunch of different players. A lot more. What about sacks? 18! I'm going to cough a lot in a second. What the hell? Coach XP package for win games. How can I get that one? We don't even need to get anything there. I mean, we're going to upgrade the team one final time. Jason Woods, that's the guy we need to upgrade to beat the Rams. Please, can we finally, and it's the Falcons, who again, I don't think are very good in simulation, as we will upgrade the team. I should have done Antonio Marshall manually, because he's still going to have 69 zone coverage, and that just isn't good. But I am finally going to jump in. I'm going to do Super Sim. They're an 83 overall. If they beat us, I'm going to be mad. Bottom line, I will be upset about it. We're up. We were down in the game for a little while. 21-17, 24-17, and the Falcons answer. 1:25 to play. We're jumping in, and we're going to see if we can make a play. We're going to drag Justin Jefferson. We got Weaver in the game, and Jefferson's going to get the read. He breaks a tackle as well. There we go, Justin Jefferson. We got a minute to play. Weaver has an interception. No touchdowns. And I feel like Dalvin Cook is someone we want to get involved here. 50 seconds, but they might not be able to cover this. Wow, they certainly did. We're going to call a timeout. There was absolutely nowhere to run. Jefferson open. Look at the bullet pass. Beautiful. We are in field goal range. The route running from Justin Jefferson is too good, and the throw is too good. This is what it could be like if I had a different quarterback than Gardner Minshew in Jags franchise. This is what we could be doing. Imagine Dennis Peoples with a quarterback who could actually rifle the ball in there. It would be something else. But for a shot at the Super Bowl, I'm moving it to the left. Hopefully I didn't do it too far. Kick is up, and it's good. 27-24 is your final. This Vikings team is headed to the Super Bowl. They've never won one, ever. This finally could be it. Trivia question. In your head, you're going to tell me in the comment section anyway. It's very easily Googleable. You could Google this quite easily. But who are the only teams to never win a Super Bowl? Okay, so 4 have never reached the Super Bowl. And then there are other teams that have not won one. I don't know. I forgot about teams, man. I was thinking about, like, reached it first, and then I kind of mixed them up. But the teams I was thinking of was Jaguars, Lions, Titans, Vikings. Did I say Jags right? Hold on. Browns, Jaguars, Lions, Vikings, Titans. Those are the 5 that I thought. Bengals haven't won. Bills haven't won. Cardinals, Chargers, Falcons, Panthers, Texans have not won. But I was thinking about teams that I just forgot about some. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. Brain dead moment. However, we'll upgrade our players. We have some guys that should have been upgraded here. Hopefully not downgraded. Eric Kendricks is back to superstar. You can tell because he just got an ability. Freaking game. Gallup stays at star. Irv Smith Jr. is up to a 90. I think it was a better move to start him than Kyle Rudolph. Defensively, Kendricks back up to superstar. Simmons back up to superstar. Howard at superstar. And that is it. Marshall's up to an 88. Did they finally upgrade his man coverage? They sure didn't. He's got 97 zone, though. All on the line. Super Bowl here in 2025. We got the Tennessee Titans, who are an 85 overall. They have Hassan Reddick, who is Zone Hawk. Left outside linebacker. He's actually playing well now in real life, but it isn't because of his ability in coverage. He's been, like, almost, I want to say, predominantly back as an edge rusher, like what he did at Temple. I don't really think he's been playing too far off the ball at all. I mean, he has how many sacks right now? He has 5 sacks, 40 combined tackles. Certainly no picks. I don't think he's playing off the ball at all. But, all right. Titans strike first, 7-0. We answer with a field goal. The Titans answer with a touchdown. And their offense is supremely good. We need to score. We don't. I mean, it's the second half, and we're down 28-3. And we're not playing the Falcons. But it is 16-35. Is there enough time for a comeback? But that's the game. Vikings are going to lose the Super Bowl here in 2025. The Titans are just too good in sim. Simmons, big hit, ball's loose! Will it matter? I don't think so. Simmons is going to have a touchdown, though. Okay. Interesting. Can we potentially win here? Need an onside kick. It's the only way. And we're not going to get one. We need a big hit. Big hit. We still have timeouts. It is a super long shot, but I suppose it is possible. But I guess you never know. We time the snap. Big hit. Ball's loose. Arcade mode's overpowered. Howard gonna have a touchdown. Oh my goodness. And we still have timeouts. No way. I know we're on arcade, so big hits do result in fumbles quite a bit. And I'm usually never on arcade. But oh my goodness. There's a chance. Onside kick is recovered. 10 seconds, 3 timeouts. We're gonna force them to run the football. And we need to come up with the safety and lay a big hit. It is possible, though. This would be the luckiest Super Bowl win of all time. They're running the ball. Force the ball out. No. Timeout. They're going to have to call one more play. Oh, they're lined up in QB kneel. Just not enough time. He stayed up for too long. I mean, I'm going to be spamming tight end or timeout, but it's not going to be enough. 0 seconds. That's the game. We made a valiant attempt at arcade mode to come back, but it just was not enough in the end. Cam Newton threw for 4 touchdowns. Our quarterback threw for 0. Our offense just didn't come to play. Look at the spike at the end. That would have been unreal if we won. We just couldn't force a fumble on the final drive, but that was a fun video. Awesome drafting. Arcade rebuild mode is fun. Like, I'm going to do arcade mode more often to make crazy comebacks happen, even when we get crushed by the simulation CPU. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Every bit helps. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you want to, which, again, I seriously hope you don't. I want you to help me grow, clearly. But I'm glad to entertain you guys. I'm glad you chose to spend your time with me this afternoon, evening, or morning. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, Ben Bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.